the ladies from Suck It Up Buttercup. We had a big screening the other night, big audience reaction. And it seemed to do what you intended it to do. It made everybody really nervous and uncomfortable and stressed out.
Yay!
Yeah. And a lot of that was your work as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, and also on the nominations.
Thank you.
Nominated.
Thank you.
So how's the experience been so far?
This is a tremendous festival. I mean, we have had the best time. The quality of the filmmakers here is just unbelievable. But what Ron and Rebecca have in terms of, just the community, and it's just been, top notch across the board. We're extremely impressed.
And you guys know what you're talking about because we were just chatting before we rolled, and you've been with a few. How many festivals is this?
12.
12. And?
I've been to 7 with Malindi. So.
Okay, so you got this down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever get it down. I don't know if you ever get it down. But,
Yeah.
And they're all really different too, believe it or not. So
But this is sort of, we call it under the big top,
Yeah.
so it's all under one roof, you get to mingle, there's no escape.
Oh, yeah. Well, we actually found out about you by another filmmaker that we met at a different festival.
Catherine?
Yes,
Yeah.
who said, if you make it to one festival, you gotta, see if you can get to Beaufort because it's such a special place. And
Yeah, and this is how that kind of thing works, right? So, okay, and also another point.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Honolulu.
Yeah.
New York City.
New York City,
Mhm.
okay. All right, so you're from all points here.
Yes,
Yeah, you cross
yeah.
nation. Tell me about how did this film change your life?
Oh,
Because it did have, I
Jeez.
gather it had kind of an effect.
I was
Impact.
living in Indiana at the time,
Mhm.
and Malindi cast out of there, where I was from, Indiana. And then after we shot it, it really inspired me to kind of pull myself up from the straps. And she said, "You better move to New York City and study with Bill Esper." So that's exactly what I did, and it's just changed the whole course of my life. And to meet a filmmaker, a director like Malindi, I mean, this is the kind of person that every actor dreams about,
Mhm.
and I hope to work with her forever because
See,
she's everything.
This is what happens at film festivals.
Aww.
Yeah. Okay. But this was the end of a long journey for you. This film took a while, and it has some special meaning, and it's based on real stuff that means something.
That's exactly right. We were in post for a very long time. We were inspired to write the script, my co-writer and I, after his brother OD'd on heroin. And we got to talking to so many people, unfortunately, after that event, talking about, wouldn't it be great if you could identify that one moment in somebody's life when they start to go off the rails, but nobody quite knows, And then we really started talking about that oftentimes, before everybody admits there's a real problem, and usually admitting there's a real problem is either after the person's dead or completely face down in the street,
Yeah.
And up until that point, especially with loved ones, you want to protect them. You don't want to admit it to yourself, and you certainly don't want to admit it to other people. And we found out that even today, when you feel like, people will have a conversation about addiction, they don't necessarily want to, get real personal about themselves and what's going on in their family. So we set out to try and start the conversation about addiction in a different place. We always say Lacy's character Jackie is at the top of the addiction slide.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you're just starting. It's
Right.
It's a long, steep
Right.
road down.
Right.
How did you? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say too. Hopefully, through the film, you actually get an idea of what actually happens to everybody else around you. It's not just Jackie bringing down Jackie. It's how Jackie brings down everybody else unintentionally.
Yeah,
right?
It's all the collateral damage.
It's all the collateral damage. Yeah, exactly.
How did you prepare for this role? It had to be a little nerve-wracking, and it also looks like to be very physically demanding.
Yes, it was. I was cast about 4 months before we started shooting. I read a book called On the Family by Bradshaw, which is about addiction and dysfunctional families, different things. I also, this topic in this film, everyone can relate to it somehow because we've all known someone in our life who's been addicted, or we've had a friend whose daughter or something. And I had a friend in high school who actually passed away drinking and driving. So there was a touch of that, and then I read the book, and then I started working on the script. And then I was so thankful because I was still so scared to do this role. I was like, oh God. And then a month before we started shooting, Winnie pulled us in for rehearsals. And we did a lot of improv and different things where she would set it up, she would give us a circumstance, and we were basically creating our characters and the relationships with each other before we started shooting. So we didn't work on particular scenes, but we built the backstory, and she kept layering for our performance.
You're from Indiana, right?
Yeah, originally.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Has the Tourism Commission called you and had any complaints about it?
Yeah, I know. No,
It's
no.
not really looking like a glamour spot.
No, you know, no, and in fact,
But you got the grittiness of that of out there in the middle.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so.
Well, and unfortunately, you know, a lot of this country is, you know, a lot of the cities, or the, you know, fringe areas of the cities are all kind of looking the same. You know, where like the industry is shutting down.
The Rust Belt, sort of.
Exactly,
Mhm.
and there's not a lot, you know, not a lot there. So
Mhm.
no complaints yet. In fact, it was kind of the opposite. We actually,
Right.
everybody was pretty wonderful with us. Yeah.
So what next?
Exactly. So I'm in development for a couple of things and trying to make a decision about what I'm doing next. And we have our fingers crossed for distribution for this film.
Excellent.
And you know, just plugging along.
Lacy.
I actually work with a theater and production company called The Collective in New York City,
Yeah.
and our comedian Inside Amy Schumer has a television show called Inside Amy Schumer on Comedy Central, and she's a founding member of our theater company. And I'll be shooting her show in a week, and you know, hopefully doing
Something
more
with
projects
laughs.
with this one. Yeah, something
Yeah,
with
something
laughs.
with laughs.
Woo!
Yeah, that'll be a break. That'll be a break for you.
Yeah.
And for us. As well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.